Hey guys, we're here at Brutal Assault Festival with David from the Devil's Trade.
Nice to meet you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you for finding time for this interview.
Of course.
Man, such an early time, but the crowd was there. It was a beautiful show.
were.
So how was your experience for your first time ever at Brutal Assault?
Well, I expected like 50 people or 100 this early.
Good morning.
So it was such a great surprise that so many people showed up and they were very interested in what we do. It was such an exceptional experience for us, especially because this was only the 5th time we played as a band. I already played at Brutal Assault after party. That was
in Model Pizza, the tiny club.
With like 3 or 4 thrash metal bands.
Okay.
It was weird, but it worked out. So yeah, it was something special.
That's something what I really like about Brutal Assault Festival is that you can also find atmospheric, stuff, because in the early days when Solstafir arrived, I would be the one who would be there for this stuff. I like to listen to some good old thrash metal, atmospheric black metal, but I believe the quality will bring people at any time of the day, because such early time will be really for grindcore stuff.
Yeah,
just for fun.
Something fun.
That will be the happy music for you to dance.
Happy music!
I saw the faces, the familiar faces. I knew them all.
Right.
I tried to keep close to the people who support me.
When you slow, fix all you can.
Plus you complimented people in Amera t-shirts.
Yeah.
We spoke when we met about the Crippled Black Phoenix.
Yeah.
But please tell me the whole story of your career since the
Yeah,
start.
there are a few bands who I can thank so much. Crippled Black Phoenix was the first one, Justin Graves, who believed in me. And invited me to their tour in 2016. I didn't want to do this Devil's Trade thing. I quit playing music for a year. I was really. I just lost it. I didn't. Music or playing music for people in front of people didn't mean anything for me back then.
Body was sharp, dark hair clean, and outrage my joyful companion.
I lost all the interest, all the energies. I didn't want to connect to people through music.
Meaning for me to command them.
But I had a few songs left, and I thought it would be a nice way to end this part of my life with releasing these songs.
I'm bound to this town, but my heart is over the hill.
So that was the first version of my first album that I released in 100 copies only on CD. It was a pretty shitty production, but it meant a lot.
These stone walls mine, take me fast, euphoric fast. But as the crow flies, as far as my old eyes can reach, I can go.
And then I got booked to a show to support Crippled Black Phoenix in Budapest. And the guy who booked it is my manager now. He's a very old friend of mine, Zoltán Jakab, and so I said, okay, I can support this band. I can play a few songs,
Right.
and then Justin came to me after the show, their show, and he said, okay, pack your shit together and you're moving on with us. But I told him it's not how it works. Of course, I have a job. I have to go back and do my thing. And so he said, okay, we will call you later. And I said, okay, I've heard it 1,000 times before.
Yeah, exactly.
But they did. And I joined them for the whole tour in the next year. And as I just told you before, I think it was on the 4th day, in the morning, I woke up in the nightliner and I sent an email to my workplace that, okay, fix the papers, because when I'm home, I'll be quitting this shitty job, work for the government and shit.
Yeah,
It just, sucked my soul. What I experienced on that tour with Crippled Black Phoenix made me believe in my abilities, in the things that I want, that I can communicate through my music again, so much that I thought that, okay, let's give it one more shot. And we'll see. And a few years later and a few tours later, I'm at this beautiful festival, and as you mentioned, Amen-Ra, they are like the same characters in my life as Crippled Black Phoenix. So I played in Lille before them on their acoustic tour. And it's like a fairy tale for a musician. And on the next day, I was on the plane already. It kind of changed a few things in my musical approach. You'll see it on the next album I'm working on.
I'm glad you mentioned that. I was keeping that for the end, but when you already mentioned, so which direction is your creative power taking you now?
When I started to write music, knowing that I'll play it on stage as well, I had to keep it low profile to not to lose anything on stage alone from the soundscape that I had on the album.
Rain down song.
I feel my career reached that point that as a singer-songwriter, there is no more way to evolve alone. I really need more instruments. There will be more rhythm, there will be drums, there will be more synths, there will be folklore instruments from the Hungarian folk music. And I'll have another band for it. So it's a lot. I know it's a lot to follow.
Yeah.
That I have this band version, which is a doomy metal thing, more metal thing. I really need to keep the solo stuff as well, but it will be only acoustic.
Right.
And the bass of the Devil's Trade will be a three-piece band for a few years. We'll see.
It's incredible, man. You have so many activities, but there had to be a point, I believe, when you managed to make a very solid block of your confidence and creative flows. So what was helping you in the very early phase of your career just to have enough courage to write your own stuff and be fine with that? Because, not only me, but personally, I'm dealing often with the constant re-evaluation of my choices. Is it good enough? Isn't it too cheesy? Is it absolutely right? Sometimes it clicks, sometimes I need to balance it. What was helping you?
First of all, it's being alone on a stage and writing these songs and playing these songs alone on stage for a few people. It's the scariest thing that I can imagine.
All these lies surround us, hiding in the dark, waiting for our feast to start.
There's a lot of fear that I have to cope with.
Yeah.
But during the last 15 years, I learned about myself that something that I fear of, it's worth doing.
Oh, my brother, oh, my wings are come, the night sky, the fire me.
I'm from a martial artist background. I'm a Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu black belt, and I competed a lot. And competing in martial arts and going on stage alone is from the same root. Same energies, different way of expressing myself. But it has, both of the sides has this effect of a therapy. The way I cope with this fear and being confused if it's good enough or cheesy, or as you mentioned, that's a nice question actually, because cheesy is a thing when you write such a sad music. It can easily go across a border, a line that you don't want to.
Yep.
But there is as you mentioned, there's a click in me. If it, when I'm writing a song, if it clicks, I keep it that way, because I knew that if it works for me, I have the goosebumps, I have the tears in my eyes, then it will work, and I don't really care if there will be someone who says cheesy.
It says it's still not time to me.
Because yeah, I met this a lot of times, like especially in the metal scene, that you know, big hairy dudes find it cheesy. But well, maybe go to a therapist then, and you will find this cheese in you.
Yep.
As well, and it will help you a lot to cope with your life.
Thank you for finding time for this interview, and hopefully see you soon in Czech Republic, mate. Thanks for the great chat.
Thank you for spending your time with me.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Appreciate it.